All right, so I'm going to run through a review for Chapter 2, conversions, significant figures, powers of 10. That way I get you ready for the paper test. First thing I'm going to cover is the Chapter 2 test online, the problems that we had with the test, and then some of the homework problems that came out of Chapter 2 that you could possibly see on the paper test. So the first one I'm going to start with is how many US feet are in 6,048.083 meters? Page 23, 1 foot, and it's 1 SFT is equal to 0.3048006 meters. All right, so solving for feet. So 1 SFT goes on top, and meters goes on the bottom. So this one was a multiple choice. My answer was 19,842.75 SFT. Multiple choice, I had that one. That was one of the correct answers. So that's how you got it. Second one is a true or false. 225.03 US survey feet is 738.296 meters. Okay. So I'm going to take 225.03 SFT, and then I want to convert this to meters. So if I'm converting to meters, meters needs to be, my number with meters needs to be on the bottom. No, excuse me, on the top. One. So that cancels. So that's roughly what I get. So roughly you got every 3 meters, or every 3 feet is 1 meter. So that definitely did not work out. So I got 68.58. So that answer was false. Third one, I gave you 19,842.72 international feet, or that's international foot. Is that equal to 6,048.07 meters? So here's my conversions for international. And they just normally call it feet. And I want to solve for meters, so my meters is going to go on top. And 1 foot will be on the bottom. I actually got 6048.06 1. So kind of, I wasn't trying to do a trick question, but these two would work together. It wasn't a trick question, even though it's off of thousands. So that was true. Next one is how many meters are in 4,806.98 SFT? I want to know meters. So meters are going on top. So for that one, I'm sure it was a multiple choice. It was, I got 1465.170. And that was 1465.170 was the option for multiple choice. Next one is how many feet are in 6 chains and 12 links? Well, there is, in a chain you have 66 feet and there's 100 links in a chain. So with that, I'm going to say 6 chains and we've got 12 links. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by 10, and that would give me 0.12. And then I got 6.12, and then you just multiply by 66. I had 404, so I had kind of rounded it. So 404 was one of the answers. I had 40.44040 and 40,400. So it was 404. Next one, I gave you the answer, or I had 0.88953 hectaacres equals 95,746 square feet. True, false. So 1 hectare equals 2.71 acres, and then 1 acres equals 43,560. I got these from the beginning in the front of the textbook for conversions. So I'm going to convert it from hectare to acres. Okay, so this is my conversion. .71 acres. And now I'm going to keep it all the way out. Okay, so that's my answer in acres. And then I want to put it in square feet. So if I'm solving for square feet, that number is going to go on top. So for that, that would have been a true false. So you would have had got something a little different. I got it as being true. Oh, there's my problem. Sorry. 471 acres. At least I saw that one right away. So 0.88953 times 2.471. So that gives me 2.198. I'm going to go ahead and keep it all the way out. And then I'm going to put it. Gives me 95,746.13 square feet. And so that is true. All right. Converting from acres to hectaacres does 454 acre. Is that 5.6874 hectaacres? So 1 hectare equals 2.471 acres. I want to solve for hectare. So 1 hectare goes on top. $140.54, and you divide that by 2.471, gives me 56.87, which are 5, which round up 88. So that one would have been false. I had, it should be 56.88, and I had wrote 5.6874, trying to trick you. What is the length in feet and decimals of a foot? 12 inches equal to 1 foot. So I'm going to bring the 30 down. I'm going to first bring this down. 3 divided by 4 gives me 0.75. Then you bring the 9 straight down. Then we're going to divide that by 12. Leaves me with 30.8125 feet. Next one, the area is 28.5 acres. Is that true or false? 1 acre equals 10 chains squared. So I'm going to go ahead and do the area. So 9.25, and this is 1/2 based on height because it's a triangle. my conversion. So that would be false. All right. This was the fun one. All right. If we have 125,845.65 SFT, what is it in international foot? All right. So 1 SFT is 0.3046008 meters. What is the length in international foot? So these are so out of the two, I want the international foot. So I'm going to put might be best just to convert it to meters and then convert it from meters to international foot. Let me do that way. I'm going to change that to meters first. Okay. And then I want to change it to an international foot. So 1 foot is 0.3046 meters. I got 125,845, and I must have put something in just a slight difference, but it's supposed to be 89 feet. My 2 numbers, and then make sure I didn't put anything in the calculator wrong. Oh, sure did. make a slight change. Ooh. Okay. And once I got that, I got 38,357.8296 meters. And then I want to divide that by 0.3048. And it gives me 125,845.8977. And that was a multiple choice, and I had 125,845.89. All right, moving on. Convert. This was given in decimal degrees. Convert that to degrees, minutes, seconds. There is 60 seconds in a 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 degree. All right, so I want to convert this to degrees, minutes, and seconds. So it's going to come down, that's going to be 33 degrees. All right, I'm going to do the 0.1736111, multiply it by 60. That gives me 10.41666. So now I bring this down. I'm 33 degrees. I'm 10 minutes. And now I'm going to do the 0.41666 times 60. Gives me 25 seconds, 24.9999. So this would be your answer. You could put it in your calculator. If you're using a TI 83 or 84, I could put in 33.173611. If you go to second apps, which is the angles, and convert down to 4, which is degrees, minutes, and seconds, it does it for you. 33 degrees, 10 minutes, 25 seconds. So that's easy. But for the test, you need to show your work. Convert 10 degrees, 45 minutes, 10 seconds to decimal degrees. So I'm going to divide that by 60 first. So 10 divided by 60. Repeating. Then we want to divide that by 60. So I'm adding the 45 to it. So it looks like that. Putting it in the TI, I can put in 10, and to get the degrees, it's your second button, apps, which is angles. Degrees is first. Put in 45 next, and it's seconds. So it's second angle or apps, and go to number 2, which is seconds or minutes, and your seconds are 10 seconds. That button is alpha, and then the plus button. If you hit enter, it automatically converts it over, and that's what you would get. What are the radians and degrees, minutes, and seconds for the following grads? So I'm going to change, I want to change my grads to degrees first. So 1 revolution is 360 degrees and 1 revolution is 400 grads. So 1 whole circle I want this in degrees, minutes, and seconds, or degrees, minutes. So I want to solve for degrees. So this is my grads. So grads go on the bottom. Grads. And 360 degrees. So 136 times that's what I would get. Now that's in decimal degrees, so if I want to put it in degrees, minutes, seconds in my calculator, I'm going to hit second angle and scroll down to 4, and that'll put it in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So the answer should be 122 degrees, 24 minutes, 0 seconds. So basically you would say 122, and you would have took the 0.4 times 60. So 0.4 times would give you the 24 minutes. Now, if I want to convert this to radians, pi to convert degrees to radians. So if I had 100, I'm going to put it in back in the decimal degrees, times pi over 180. And I'm just going to use pi in my calculator. Leaves me with 200 or 2.13. Just checking. Yeah. So it would have been 2.13628. I'm just going to leave it all the way out. Radians. So that's how you would work one of those. Take it from grads, convert it to degrees, and then once you get degrees, make sure you put it in degrees, minutes, and seconds, because that was the answer, degrees and minutes and seconds. And then to change it to radians, you just multiply it by pi over 180. Given the answer to the following problems and the correct significant figures. Okay, so this is an addition one, so I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to put them in order like this. I have to move that one down. Any addition or subtractions, list them like this, okay? So we're going to look at which number is the leftmost. So I'm going to line these. And then out of those, which one is That was the rightmost, sorry. I get it right. So out of those, so rightmost is 5, 4, 4, and 3. The leftmost out of all those is the 4. So when I add these up, so if I add up 2315 plus my answer is 160.434. Now, that's not what the answer needs to be. It needs to be in significant figures. So the correct significant figures would be the column that is your that goes with the 4, because that's the rightmost. So you should give me that answer. Oh, sorry. That's 12.5. This is part of your homework problems, and from the textbook. So that would be 160. And if we need to round to this one, which is that would be 161. So adding or subtracting, it's best to put them in order, and then look at the rightmost number for each, and then round it to the one that's the leftmost. So when you do a product or multiplication or division, you're just going to round to the least amount of significant figures. So for this problem, there are 5, and this one is 3. So when we finish up, we want to round to 3. So if I say 127.08 times 13.1, that's my answer. And 3 significant figures would be 1, 2, 3. So the 4 would go down to a 0. If it had been a 5, then you would have rounded up to 70. So that should be your answer. And lastly, kind of the same thing. Express the value of the answer in powers of 10 to the correct significant figures. So this is squared. There's 5 significant figures. So if I square that, five significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be the answer. And then powers of 10. So if I'm looking at that, and to do powers of 10, my decimal point here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.9996 times 10 to the 4th. So you want to move the decimal place to 1 to the, and then the last one, So the last one is express this in powers of 10. So I'm going to bring it over. So it's going to be 4.58649. 1, 2, 3 times 10 to the third. So that would, and yeah, and you would keep all your numbers. So that would be it. That's the last one for our review. That should get you ready for your test tomorrow, or I think it's due Monday night.